It's Amazon's Prime Day. Now, in this video, I'll be giving you my favorite monitors to buy on Prime Day from someone who's reviewed over 230 different panels. Now, I'm sorry for this rather impromptu video, one that's not overly edited because I'll be glancing at my monitor on my left-hand side, but nonetheless, I thought it might be quite handy. Now, I'd also want you to point out which monitor name is absolutely ridiculous down in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's start off with the ViewSonic VA2406-H. It's a 24-inch 1080p monitor and also has a VA panel. It's not exactly got the highest refresh rate, but it's a good budget monitor, coming in at roughly £85. Next up, we go to the BenQ GL2780. This is a 27-inch 1080p monitor with a TN panel. I'm not normally one that will overly recommend TN panel, but for hardcore gamers out there, you might want to consider it. Just bear in mind the refresh rate is not that high either, but it does come in at just £113. It gives you 75 Hz in case you're wondering. Now, if you do want to up the ante, you might want to look at the AOC Gaming C24G2AE. It's actually quite an impressive, well-rounded monitor. 165 Hz, because of depending on which model you go for, but 165 Hz VA 24-inch. Not really great for hardcore gamers, but for those people playing on more of a casual basis, then this is actually a great pick, specifically given that it comes in at just £120, at least on Prime Day. Next up, we've got the BenQ Mobius EX240N. Now, this is a 24-inch Full HD 1080p, of course Full HD, 165 Hz monitor. It has a VA panel. I've actually previously reviewed the IPS model of this and I was actually left absolutely jaw-dropped, being my favorite budget gaming monitor, and this is the VA alternative. Yes, I will get around to this monitor's review at some point, but nonetheless this is something that you might want to consider getting because it's coming in at £140. In case you're wondering, I am quoting the UK prices purely because it allows me to benchmark the different monitors and is a price that I actually kind of know in terms of where I should be aiming these monitors and if they're actually a good deal or not. So next up, we've got the AOC Gaming 27G2 SPU. Now, this monitor is an absolutely stonkingly good monitor. I've reviewed a 24-inch model of it, 24.5-inch to be more specific, and this is a 27-inch Full HD 165 Hz IPS monitor. It's absolutely great across the board, and if you don't mind the slightly lower PPI at 27-inch at 1080p, then this is an absolutely stonkingly good monitor, coming in at £152, at least in the UK, on Prime Day. So now, if you do want to up the ante, you want to go to 240 Hz, you might want to consider the AOC Gaming C27G2ZE. Now, it does have a limited stand, but it gives you 240 Hz Full HD and has also got a VA panel. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for hardcore gamers. Yet again, it's not exactly competitively tuned, but that extra amount of refresh rate might be appreciated by certain people, for example, playing more casual games. Of course, if you just want a little bit more of that fluid experience. A great pick, given its VA panel, you've also got great contrast ratio. Now, next up, we have got an IPS panel. It's the HP Omen 27. It's a 27-inch Full HD IPS monitor, as you might have guessed, and it also has 165 Hz. It ticks a lot of boxes, specifically if you're doing any sort of imaging work. So here, if you're doing video grading, image editing, you might want a decent panel for this, and this does actually tick that box. So consider it as an alternative because it comes in at roughly £170, at least again on Prime Day. Now, next up, we've got the Acer Nitro, and maybe the name awards to the terrible one is XV270PB MIIPRFX. Why? Anyway, this is a 27-inch Full HD 165 Hz monitor with an IPS panel. Yet again, great across the board. It is Full HD, and therefore you just have to bear in mind the lower PPI at 27-inch, but this comes in at £170, making it a pretty good deal. Then we have got the Philips Gaming 32M1 C5500VL. Now, this is a QHD, so 1440p, 32-inch monitor with a VA panel and 165 Hz. Now, this is a great pick for those people who want that increased PPI, in other words, better source of resolution at said size, and also something that will tick most boxes. Again, not exactly the best for hardcore gamers out there, but very much useful for those people who just want to use a decent monitor across the board and don't want to shell out a lot, because this comes in at just £225. In fact, making some of the Full HD monitors that I've mentioned so far kind of put them to shame because of how cheap this monitor is coming in at. It's a great sort of deal on Amazon Prime Day right now. Now there we've got the AOC Gaming U34 G3XM. Now this is a 34-inch QHD 144Hz monitor with a VA panel. Now yes, this has got that ultra-wide format, for more specifically 3440 times 1440p, and therefore making it great for those people wanting it for productivity and sort of casual gaming needs. Yet again, not tuned for hardcore gamers, but a decent all-rounder given the specs that you're getting, and also the price, £255, at least at the time of filming right now on Amazon Prime Day, 25% reduction, at least according to Amazon, so therefore getting a decent deal. This monitor is fantastic across the board for what it offers. Now, one monitor that I'm really love and I still actively recommend is the Samsung Odyssey G7. Yes, indeed, this has got a curved screen, so I'm not exactly accustomed to it. However, for those people who do not mind a curved screen, then you might want to grab this monitor. 240Hz VA at 1440p, stonkingly good monitor across the board. I have reviewed it previously and very much did recommend it, and right now it's coming in at £426. Now that is absolutely incredible for the specs that you're getting and the quality of the panel, so definitely do grab that monitor, at least if you've got the budget. Again, it's on a little bit of a deal, 22% reduction on Prime Day, making it a quite attractive option. Now these monitors I've not actually seen, so I'll be quite clear about it. It's also the Samsung Odyssey G7, and yes, Samsung, you've really confused consumers. I don't think that's good, but this is a 32-inch 4K monitor that runs 144Hz. It seems to tick a lot of boxes across the board. I've read some reviews online, pros and cons about it, so maybe get informed about it, but this has also been reduced at £635, and given the overall specs that you're getting at the price, that seems to be a pretty good bargain. Then we have also got the daddy, which is the Samsung Odyssey G8. Now this is an OLED monitor coming in at £950 in the UK, again at the time of filming and on Prime Day, giving you 175Hz and also 3440 times 1440, so yes, it's an ultra-wide format. It is a great monitor from what I've read online. It also has HDMI 2.1, which can be handy for certain console gamers. Now, some honourable mentions is the AOC, the Asus ROG Strix XG 16AHPE-W. Now, the monitor is a portable one. I really love it. I've reviewed it before. It's a 15.6-inch Full HD that runs up to 144Hz and has a fantastic IPS panel. Now, if you get the monitor on its own without the stand or anything, then it comes in at £286, which is a great deal. If, however, you want the stand and you want that little sort of monitor arm with it, it's really cute and great for, let's say, sort of portable setups, then it comes in at £365. So well worth considering, and those two monitors are great because they've also got a sort of built-in battery which can also provide power to an external device, making it very handy. Now for those people who are not too interested about gaming, there's a finite few of monitors that I've picked out for, let's say, more image editing work and things. You've got the budget BenQ GW2480. This has been around for absolutely ages, but it's still a great seller, at least in my opinion. It's a Full HD IPS panel. Again, it doesn't have the highest refresh rate, but this is not aimed at that. Great sort of monitor for productivity use, and it comes in at just £85. Speaking about productivity, then you might want to really up the ante for the BenQ PD2700U. Now this is a stonkingly good monitor. I've actually checked one of its siblings out before, and this has a 4K resolution, 27-inch, and it's also got the sRGB Rec 709 profiles as well, with HDR support and even a KVM switch. It ticks a lot of boxes, and something is certainly impressive, and therefore if you want a sort of factory calibrated monitor out the box, then you might want to consider this, specifically given that right now it's coming at just £350. Yes, really good price for what it is. Now, if you want to take things even one step further, and specifically if you're using a Mac or MacBook or something, you might want to consider the BenQ PD2725U. Now, this has also got Thunderbolt 3 support. It's a 4K monitor with KVM and display HDR 400. It ticks a lot of boxes, specifically given that it comes in at £690. I know that might seem like a very steep price tag, but for the overall feature set that it comes in and its overall color accuracy, then it's something that you might certainly want to consider. Finally, I have to round it off. Actually, that is the last monitor. Finally, I have to round it off just by thanking you guys for actually watching this video. Hopefully this video has been helpful. I'd be curious to know if it has. Definitely do let me know in the comments section below. And I think which monitor has got the worst model name. I already know which one it is. I think you guys know what it is already, but put it down in the comment section below, flaming said manufacturer. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, all of which would be greatly appreciated.